Melanie here, and today I'm going to talk about how to use the Google search engine to help you find jobs. Now, this is something that I actually, have been seeing float around online before, and I know that for a lot of folks, you're probably aware of um, like the Google job board and stuff like that, and just using Google tools and stuff like that in some fashion to find jobs. But I love this hack to look for jobs, not just because it involves like getting kind of nerdy with search, but because it also can help you avoid scammers. Now, if you've been out in the job market in the last year or two, 2 years, 3 years, it's been a problem for a couple years now. You have encountered job search scammers. Now I feel like it's gotten way worse in like the last year or two because it's just so easy nowadays to set up a scam where you can use AI, duplicate profiles, and all sorts of things to really fool people with some like very savvy kind of scams. Now, how you can avoid that most of that nonsense, of course, you can't avoid the people who somehow find your phone number or your email. That happens. I got one of those text messages today myself. However, you can avoid a lot of that sort of nonsense by going straight to a company website. Now, why is this important to do? Not just because of scammers, but also because company pages are often going to be more updated for job boards. Sometimes, like HR officials can't necessarily get them um, updated all the time. Like sometimes they forget that there's a job listing up. Sometimes, like because a company has bought, like let's say, a certain package of job listings. So let's say they bought like a package of 5 job listings for the year. If they don't use all of them, sometimes those job boards will just kind of like aggregate an old job listing. Also, there's plenty of job boards that are kind of smarmy in a way where they'll just aggregate old jobs without even checking to see if they're expired or not. So if you go to a company's actual page, you're going to more likely find fresh job leads that are actually from the company. Now, this trick that I'm going to show you is it's kind of interesting because yes, you're going to go like these companies host these pages on their website, but they're using applicant tracking software that often has its own external domain name. So a big example is Greenhouse, which I personally used when I've done recruitment contracts, and it's a very robust system. And if you use Google to search all of the jobs on Greenhouse, I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, before I get into that, I just want to let everybody know that I am having all my resume templates in my um, Gumroad shop. And I'm just going to share the back end right here of my Gumroad shop. Now, Gumroad is just like a place where you can sell and buy digital products. All of my resume templates are pay as you want. I have a suggested donation, but like I don't care. Like if you're job hunting right now, like you're struggling. Like it doesn't matter where you are in your career, like it's a struggle out there. It's a fight. If you need to switch up your resume, or maybe your resume is not quite as effective as it could be, go on, check out one of my templates, like pay what you can. If you can't, like I don't care, just download. For those who are in tech, I really want to highlight this senior in tech resume right here. All of these have been used by me or my clients to successfully get interviews, but I really like this senior tech resume for pretty much anybody in tech, no matter your skill level. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out. You can find all those templates at thecareerkickstart.gumroad.com. So yeah, I just wanted to share that because I know that a lot of people are just kind of struggling out there. So let's talk about how to use Google to job hunt. Now I'm going to open up Google right now, get the old search going. Now, for a lot of people, if you are searching for a job on Google, you might just type out, ignore all my searches, you might just type out jobs and then maybe your location, like Rochester, New York, and then maybe tech. You might just do something like that and then just kind of see what is on the Google job postings right there. Another way of doing this, which I feel like is just like a better way, because like I said, you can actually go and kind of go beyond the job boards. Now, one thing to understand is that for some really small companies, they are going to use free job boards like LinkedIn to post jobs just because for them a third party is not going to make sense. Now, with this tip, you can write the following like search string into the search bar in itself. So an example would be if we're going to use greenhouse as an example, like we would just type something like site colon greenhouse.io, because that's the name of the uh, applicant tracking system, then the job title, and then the location. So if we did that, let's see, this worked before. Oh, there we go. You have to go out of jobs. You have to go back to all. Sorry, guys. So yeah, so we have like different product manager jobs, and what you'll notice if you look at the actual URL for the boards.greenhouse.io is that it's going to have the company like right here. It's Helsing Jobs, Databricks Jobs, IO Jobs, Zen Jobs. So you can actually go through here and you can see all the different jobs. Now, if you are like maybe you're looking for something, if you want to tailor it a little bit more, you could put something like on site if you want to do remote or something like that. You can remove by having this minus symbol all the jobs that are asking you to be on site. Now, if you want, like, if you're not going to remember this, which is okay, you might not remember this, you can actually go into the advanced search section right here and just build this search. So you can, let's take these out right here. So let's say you still have the same site domain. You can go with Berlin, and then if you're not interested in Berlin, we could do London, we could do New York. It really doesn't quite matter. These are kind of global companies. And then let's say you want something that isn't an internship. So you're like, no internship, but you do want it to be like UX design. Or maybe you're just interested in working with Figma and you want to try that. We can do a search right there, and then bam, look at, we have all the greenhouse jobs right here. So that's just like a quick way to just go through and search for all these now. Some people will get maybe some sponsored ads. Like a way to get rid of all the sponsored ads and the fluff is just to go to the web section. You don't always get ads, but sometimes you do. You can also decide like what's going to be the context of these. Is it just stuff posted in the past week, month? You know, I would go for more fresh jobs. In my opinion, that's going to be a lot more helpful for you. But that's generally how you do it. Now, you might be wondering, what are the names of these companies? So there's also Workable. There's Smart Recruiter, there's Lever.co, there's myworkdayjobs.com. And you can also go to specific like company websites, like a company that is really big on having people go to their actual company page, and they're pretty known for not putting jobs like on a lot of job boards is actually JP Morgan Chase. So if you want a job at JP Morgan Chase, you have to go to their website. They're not spreading that stuff around. It's part of their mentality of like, if you want to work with us, you'll actually come to our page. So if you're curious, like, how do I find like these company pages and stuff like that for like a specific company that's maybe not known for um, uh, having like a bunch of stuff everywhere and all the different job boards. So you go to, let's say we just go to the company page, go to the career section, and then go to where they actually list the jobs. And then what I would do is go up to the main domain of the company right at the top. Go there. Okay. During this whole time, I was supposed to share my screen, so let me do that. Okay. So let me go back and show you. So we have the career page at jpmorganchase.com, careers. And then I went to join our team. A lot of companies will have some sort of feature like this. It's going to bring you to a page like this. So what I do is I just go up to the domain in the little URL bar at the top, copy it, and then I would go, stop sharing my screen, and then go back to the search again, kind of like the advanced search. I go right back to the advanced search right here, the site. Then the domain, I would take out the HTTP, you don't need that necessarily. And then I would look for the job title that I want. So maybe UX designer, and then the location, New York City, if you want. Let's see. Let me see, did I get the title? Yep, there we go. So they just take out New York, apparently. And bam. Now, as you can see from where I put city and they didn't have city, sometimes you have to play around with the keywords. So they might not exactly have it. So right here, you're able to quickly go and just check out all the design jobs on their website without necessarily going there, and just seeing what they have and not fiddling around too much with their system. So I hope this is helpful for you. And one thing to know, if you're like, okay, well, this is great, but I don't want to always constantly like write out these names, like you can bookmark this stuff. So let's say you wanted to always know about like data analyst jobs in Toronto from my Workday jobs. We would just type that in right here. I would go to web and stuff like that, so you don't have any of the random stuff, right? Like the ads and everything. And then you just hit start. You bookmark this. And you can do that for a bunch of them. So you can have greenhouse.io. Now, one thing to know is that some, depending on your country or location, like one job board might be more popular than others, so you might not see as many. Some other companies, there's one site, icims.com, just to spell it out for you. You can also bookmark that, go through, and just see, like, okay, here are the listings. Now, one thing to know is that there's some job listings where they're going to have multiple locations, so you're going to get the listing like this one right here, which is a data analyst in Memphis. It talks about their offices in Toronto, so it'll be part of the search. So it's not like it's going to be perfect all the time, but this still gives you an idea of how to search and just how to use Google to do this stuff. Okay, so this was a quick tutorial. I wanted to do this live stream. I didn't want this to be too long, just kind of be on the fly, give you guys some information. I will make a more like in-depth and shorter tutorial for my YouTube channel. You can find me there at Sammy Gardner on YouTube, where I post different videos on weekly to just give you guys advice on the job market because it's tough out there. And I really wish that we didn't have to have all these little like tech schemes and stuff to find jobs. I really wish that it was a lot more simple and straightforward and we didn't have to do this, but unfortunately that's the wacky world that we're in. So I hope this video was really helpful for you. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to put some sample search strings into the comments of this video. Anyway, I will be back again next Thursday for another live stream. I do this every Thursday on LinkedIn where I just share some new little tidbit that I either have learned or I've noticed or have seen or something like that. Sometimes commentary on different events and everything. I'm going to be doing a webinar at the end of the month that's going to be all about the state of the job market and how you can avoid zombie job listings, bot recruiters, and scams of all kinds. Anyway, folks, I hope you have a great day and